Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Visdom's CompItUp, where we unpack how technology is reshaping how companies design, manage, and optimize revenue performance. I'm Utkarsh, Content and Growth Lead at Visdom, and today we're diving into how AI is affecting sales compensation. It's funny actually how companies spend so much time figuring out how to boost quota attainment, territory planning, uh, but the actual commission process itself, that's where I think most of the motivation dies. It's so cumbersome without automation. Joining me today is Manshi, our director of marketing, and someone who's deeply immersed in how automation and AI are redefining the sales compensation space.
Thanks,
Over to you,
Utkarsh.
Manshi.
Thanks so much. Excited to be here, especially because this topic has been waiting for its AI moment for years. Adding on to your observation around how motivation dies, if the right commission process isn't in place, I believe it's because if there's one place where complexity meets emotion, it is commission management. The sales team is already full of motivated people trying to push forward, but they are often bogged down by unclear numbers, delayed payouts, inconsistencies in commission data, and so on. And on the leadership side of things, executing newer commission structures, implementing commission logic, or closing each period timely involves sheets full of broken formulas, random data that really can't be made sense of. You'd actually be surprised to know that 90% of sales reps don't fully understand how their commissions are calculated. That's wild. It's like running a race but not knowing where the finish line is.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of ironic about like the fact that sales commission processes have been tried to be optimized so much, but they're the very thing that demotivate people because they can't see anything clearly. Their payouts are delayed, and yeah, the system just doesn't work. And while automation has been around for a while, these problems are being solved. For a while, we have now been seeing AI in sales comp and basically everywhere in finance. But that is, I think, fundamentally different from automation. We've moved on from executing a set rule and a set of rules to now systems that can learn on their own, reason on their own, and explain even the minor whys behind each piece of data.
Yeah, and that's exactly what today's episode is really about, right? That evolution from automation that follows instructions to AI that understands intent and has predictive capabilities. So AI can now turn what really used to be reactive, admin heavy work into proactive, insight driven management. For example, instead of manually building plans, AI can generate draft comp plans from last year's data in seconds. Or instead of waiting till the month end to find anomalies, the system can flag discrepancies in real time. On the other hand, for leadership, AI can simulate what if scenarios. For example, what happens to payout costs if we increase quota by 10% in the East region? All of that can be done instantly. Isn't that great?
Yeah, I think the biggest power AI has is not replacing us in terms of decision makers, but giving us the information we need at every point in time instantly with all the reasoning, with all the data trails, with like even future predictions and predictive analysis. And that's I think the best thing about using AI, especially in SalesCom. But while we're on the topic, let's start from the beginning. Let's start at the automation era. For years, sales commission automation has helped finance and ops teams stop doing repetitive work. So sales comp analysts and finance teams don't have to go to spreadsheets again and again. To fill out the formulas to ensure that the calculations are correct. Compare like multiple spreadsheets to see if data is flowing accurately or not. All of that just became very smooth and easy because of automation.
Absolutely. And automation gave companies consistency and speed. I think that's very important. You define a rule in a sales commission software, and the system just executes it perfectly every time. That alone was a revolution compared to manual tracking.
Yes, I think that was huge, and that was like the first revolution. But there is a big limitation that now that we have the capability to go further, we have realized automation only works for what you already know. It can't catch what you don't, basically. So it's deterministic. It knows if X, then to do Y, but if it's not fed X, then it does not know what to do. So it works
Ex-
beautifully for well-known scenarios, uh, like similar commission processes to what you've been running every year. but it cannot help you navigate the future. It cannot help you flag what shouldn't be there, stuff like that.
Yep, yep, 100% agreed. I think so. Automation removed manual work, but it didn't really add intelligence. You got speed, sure, but strategy, that's still human only. You still needed people to interpret why certain reps overperformed or whether a plan design was motivating the right behavior.
That's true. And yeah, that's why I think it's not time to move on from automation. I think what makes most sense right now is to add an AI layer on top of the commission automation process that we already know of. So, for example, an AI layer within like a Sales Comp software can take your business's context and help you plan and build better for the future. So it's like automation will build the rails, but AI will actually guide you to where you actually want to go. You can tell sort of your destination, your targets, about how you have to maybe increase accuracy, maybe increase sales performance, or increase morale, and then the AI can come back with your own data, with your own context from your CRM, and tell you about, okay, this is what you should do to move forward. I think that's the biggest benefit of adding like an AI layer on in Salescom. But yeah, now that we're talking about AI, let's move forward. And what actually will AI mean in Salescom? Say that you add an AI layer to your Salescom software. What does it actually add to the picture?
Right. That's a great question, Utkarsh. I think I would say context aware intelligence is what really AI is adding to the sales comp picture. So essentially, AI brings awareness into compensation. Instead of just following preset rules, it learns and understands patterns, context, and intent. So, for example, if a deal gets double counted, an AI model can detect that anomaly instantly because it knows that payout looks off compared to historical patterns. And that's significantly huge for maintaining trust because commission disputes don't come from bad intent, right? They come from bad visibility.
Yeah, totally. And I think that explainability part is huge even for adoption. A lot of distrust around AI systems is based because you people don't understand where this data is coming from. People don't understand where those insights are coming from. But I think that is a problem the industry has started solving. So, for example, with AI co-pilots for finance, like the one in Visdum that we've implemented, admins can literally ask the system questions like, for example, say, why is Sarah's payout higher than last month, or like show me some outliers for quarter two. And I think that's the game changer: pattern recognition and like predictive analysis. It allows, I think, AI to account for seasonal trends, detect anomalies, and suggest smarter ways to do things, to increase sales performance.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think that's where features like you mentioned, the AI co-pilots, right? They really shine. You're literally chatting with your compensation engine. Instead of digging through sheets or running reports, you can just ask. It's intuitive and it's fast. It saves you so much time. And then there's predictive intelligence within Salescom software systems that suggest smart incentive designs. Things such as creating the next quarter's commission structure based on seasonal trends and current pipeline data which can be pulled from your CRM without having to define the commission rules itself, commission rules yourself. It's just become so much more easier with that AI layer in place.
Yeah, I think yeah, these features make me think that like the future of sales comp, I think, is a combination of predictive data backed reasoning and along with like agentic AI. So something that can act upon those insights and act upon those reasoning, to connect systems and take action on behalf of yourself. And that shift is very powerful because it frees up the comp teams, it frees up the human teams taking care of finance and comp to focus on strategy. What exactly motivates salespeople? How sales has to be planned for the next maybe 2 3 years along, because predictive analysis will help you do that as well. And they just don't have to sit down with spreadsheets anymore.
Yeah.
And interesting. Oh no, go ahead, please.
No, no, please, please, you may finish your thought.
I just saw this statistic that we wrote down on the slide.
Yeah.
So, and that's huge. 77% of financial institutions now use some form of predictive analysis in their operations, compared to just 37% of institutions last year. And that means that the number of companies using predictive analysis to plan for their future has doubled in just the last year itself, which shows you about, the entire industry is thinking about AI. The entire industry is trying to use AI's power to, plan for the future better. And I think that is huge even in like sales compensation.
Yeah, and that's a mind-boggling start in the first place. What's also fascinating to me is how quickly the space is evolving. We were speaking about automation. Now we've come to the AI layer on top of automation. Now if your comp system, the trend is that if your comp system doesn't have some AI muscle, it almost is starting to feel outdated.
Hmm, that's true. So yeah, now that we're talking about AI and how is it is affecting sales comp, let's actually get down to what are like the features of AI, or what are like the pillars of AI that are actually supporting sales comp's revolution into this predictive analysis future, where AI will help you do things. AI will help you think through planning, and you just have to be like the overseer who plans strategy, and you who basically gives momentum and gives direction, but does not have to sit down with spreadsheets, or does not have to say, for example, if I'm thinking of a plan, I don't have to sit down and create that plan. I can just ask like agentic AI systems to create plans for me. So yeah, that's let's move on to real world AI in compensation.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there are so many features out there that are woven into sales compensation systems directly today, right? For example, AI plan builders. They're a great example. Instead of manually setting up complex commission structures, you can literally describe what you want. For example, just build a tiered plan for the US team with higher accelerators beyond 120% attainment, and the system just does it within minutes. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and that was like even 1 year ago, that was unthinkable of that you can ask a system in your plain simple natural language to do something for you, and it'll understand and it'll execute it on like a
Yeah.
sophisticated software.
It,
Yeah, I think for leaders, I think it's now time to move on from like reactive administration to maybe proactive oversight and proactive optimization of things, because the AI layer won't just execute for you, it also constantly feeds you insights, so it basically guides you. And that has been like the natural progression of many industries since AI has entered the scene. For most AI powered systems such as Visdum, we have gone on from eliminating manual errors and eliminating all the problems that were there because of lack of automation, and to now helping people make data backed decisions, execute faster, converse with their comp systems and comp engines, just like you are conversing with like a sales comp analyst, for example. And I think that's the biggest shift right now.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a very powerful statement that states what wisdom or the sales compensation industry in general is moving towards, which is the AI layer doesn't just execute, it guides. And while we're adding to this, I think the four main areas that stand out to me are predictive analytics, automated plan building, anomaly detection, and conversational intelligence. What you see on the slides, actually. Predictive analytics uses historical and real time data to forecast commission expenses, quota attainment, and payout trends before the quarter ends. Automated plan building converts plain language comp logic into structured, executable plans, saving weeks of manual setup and testing time. Anomaly detection, super important, continuously scans payout data, understands your business's history to identify inconsistencies, overpayments, or outliers, ensuring accuracy and trust. And conversational intelligence lets users interact with their compensation data naturally through AI copilots that can explain, summarize, and surface insights on demand.
Yeah, that's it's still I've read it like 10, 20 times, and I still find it crazy that you can talk to a software just like you're talking to a human, and it can do things that entire human teams sitting to solve for comp and to boost comp
Yeah.
performance are not able to do.
Absolutely. And the best part, it's accessible now. You don't really need a scientist sitting next to you. The AI just works within your system. It understands your data, your logic, and your goals, and just helps you connect those dots instantly. There's no, it's all a no code thing in the first place, which just saves so much time and makes it all so much easier for you.
That's true. So, just one interesting thing pops up in my mind. So now that we've been given this weapon of AI and it can do things for you, it can think for you, it can act for you, and it can, guide you essentially, like the thing we talked about. So what's next? Where do you see the industry moving towards, with, with AI being in the picture, and like where do finance and ops teams and the current structures come in to play?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think a lot of people in the industry are already asking about this. I think the most important next step in the future of AI in sales comp is agentic AI. There's no doubt about that. Agentic AI, wherein systems that can act autonomously across multiple platforms. Imagine an AI agent that not only calculates payouts, but also validates deal data, which is sitting in your CRM in Salesforce or HubSpot, and then logs adjustments in NetSuite, and then sends a summary to finance, all without any form of human handoff. That sounds insane, right?
Yeah, I agree. And apart from just, I think, comp, there are tools like N8N, Make.com, which have huge implications in finance. Why? Because they don't take anything away from you. They can use the spreadsheets you use. They can go to your CRM and collect the data that you see. They can go to all of the basically your financial tech stack. They can use everything. You can create trigger-based workflows, data-based workflows, and then the actions just happen automatically. So four or five of your software are synced, where agentic AI is actually, automating the multi-step reasoning, creating plans. And I think for in sales comp, what that would mean is like a self-driven compensation engine. So it'll handle plan modeling, validation, payouts, and all the communication involved in it with the finance and sales teams, like autonomously.
Yeah, some great examples there with N8N and Make.com, especially. And this is the favorite part of this entire conversation for me, right? And while we're speaking about how agentic AI is automating multi-step reasoning, um, at this point, the role of humans shifts from execution to oversight. AI does not need to replace them in comp handling at all. It just needs to make their jobs easier. And the real beauty of it all is all of this keeps humans intent at the center. The system learns from your organization's patterns, adapts to your own logic, and gives you better visibility into performance and fairness.
Yeah, that's true. It would be a like just completely untrue to say that AI can replace like comp managers. I don't think it can. What it can do actually is like give them superpowers.
Yeah.
It can empower them to spend less time, juggling through spreadsheets and more time about actually thinking what can be done. Because now that you have like an executor on hand which can do everything that you can think of, your job just becomes to think better, plan better, uh, give your organization some of the insights that only maybe humans can give. I think that becomes, as you said, I think I summarized your point that yeah, oversight is, I think, very important now.
Yep. So if automation was about accuracy, then AI is about intelligence. And I think that sums up the future of sales compensation, which is transparent, predictive, and fair. So I think that's it's been a great conversation so far. Thanks for tuning into CompItUp. If this sparked an idea or made you rethink how compensation could work in your org, that's exactly the conversation we wanted to start. Follow us on YouTube and LinkedIn or head over to www.wisdom.com to see more of us. Thank you.